Name's Robbie. Used to play pro football. We were all crazy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to PCP Movie Night. Welcome to March Madness. We, at the end of tonight's show, will be officially almost like a halfway through March Madness. I cannot believe it already. This is like a mini horror fest focusing on movies that inspire thoughts of madness, including mad science. And tonight we're talking about one of my favorite mad science movies out there, Stuart Gordon's version of H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond. Station, pop, pop, boom. What's up, everybody? Station, Verno, how are you doing? If you're out there in the chat, let us know what you feel. But tonight we're talking about From Beyond. I love this film, so I got to have my main homies with us tonight. We got Jelani. What's up, my man?
What's up, man? Station. And of course, Pop Pop. Let's do it, son.
Ooh.
Man, this movie is freaking nuts, man. I forgot I'd watched it with you until I watched it again. And I was like, oh crap, I have watched this. And oh crap, it scares the crap out of me again. So it's good to talk about it again with you.
Love it. I love it.
Man, Barbara Crampton, man. She's a star.
Yeah. Barbara Crampton can get it. Speaking of getting it, it's Brooks. What is up, my man?
Hey.
First time watching this film.
Yeah.
Somehow you've made it through a 20-year relationship with me.
Somehow.
And have never seen this film. But it's obviously the follow-up to Re-Animator, right? So,
yeah.
Which I remember you really liking. So,
yeah.
What's up, Brooks? Glad you're here.
Yeah, it's good to be here, man.
We had a few cancelizations, so it's just the three of us tonight. The core three. I was gonna say core four, but I guess the trendy. What it was, we should say what rhymes with
Batman.
three? Okay, you're Batman. All right. Well, I'm Thor then, and Jelani's Hellboy. So what Trinity are we exactly? Who knows?
It's a beautiful Trinity.
Dylan's gonna show up later maybe, and he'll be the Holy Ghost. Anyway, what is up, everybody? Station Verno, Station James. Verno, did you watch this film? I want to know. Have you seen this film? What's up, James? What's up, Joram? Hell yeah. How's everybody doing? All right, so we're going to talk about this film. So it is the follow-up to Re-Animator. We covered Re-Animator last Horror Fest, right? Brooks got to watch it for the first time. It's a science fiction body horror film directed by Stuart Gordon, loosely based on the short story of the same name by H.P. Lovecraft. It was written by Dennis Paoli, Gordon and Brian Usna, and stars Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Ken Foree, and Ted Sore. I love this film. Amazing practical effects, really fantastic cinematography and lighting. The Huntsville Attic is lit appropriately tonight. I'm very proud of that. So I just had to point it out instead of somebody else pointing it out, because that's the kind of dude I am. But this is a movie about a kind of dude who's trying to breach dimensions. He's trying to go further and further in knowledge, in exploration, in many different formats. Not just like book knowledge, but sometimes carnal, sexual knowledge. I love this movie. Stuart Gordon describes it as a lurid film. He said his mother read the script for it and said, I feel like I have to wash my hands. I didn't know you made pornography. So I guess, and what's crazy is that in some of the movies that we've seen and talked about here on this channel, this is tame. This is way tamer than Re-Animator, I think. I don't know, but at the same time, it gets into certain things. Anyway, that being said, I first got into this movie in the early 2000s when I watched Re-Animator. I wanted to know more. That's when I watched Dolls, which I remembered Dolls from the video store, never associated it with the same director until then. Watched From Beyond. I remember then I was like, oh, Fortress was that same dude. Oh my God. And then he wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Stuart Gordon. So he made some money, but this is the follow-up to Re-Animator, but it was filmed at the same time as Dolls. By the way, we are watching it, or we're talking about Dolls this week on Dylan's Horror Show. So it's like Stuart Gordon week of March Madness. But it was filmed right after Dolls in the same house in Italy. They built this house. It was a set. They filmed it there. They filmed Dolls first, but because of Dolls' post-production time, From Beyond was released first. right? So it was the second film from Stuart Gordon. He was worried about how it would be received. I love the film. I've loved it since then. I love it today. I watched it last week on my own, sober as fuck. Well, not completely sober, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I super freaking enjoyed it, man. I always enjoyed the aesthetic of the film visually. I really love the craziness of it. It feels like a Stuart Gordon film. It's got some really get at it moments, like the eye suck out. It's probably my favorite one. I fucking love that scene. But I love the film. So I'm eager to know, first of all, Verno, if you want to jump on the show, let me know. I'll send you the link. We got room for one more. Jelani, what do you think overall about this film?
Man, this still bothers me like a lot. I love this movie, but it's still uneasy because like what is out there? And it tells that story of like playing too much with science, going too far, just pushing that envelope of what we can experience. And, you know, at first I'd be like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Until, you know, a freaking worm, the flying worm bites my face. Then it's over.
If we're the stars in that movie, Jelani, that's when the movie ends.
Yeah.
It's just like we
over.
like burn the fucking house down, destroy the machine, and so forth.
Yeah, we're done. And everybody keeps going. I don't know why the hell everybody keeps going. Even from beyond. The guy keeps coming back. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, we should have shut this machine down a long time ago. Like the cops, like there's so many problems. Like there's so many things that happen. I wouldn't have sent one cop. I would have sent like 3 or 4 people, like to this and like proving this guy's innocence. I'd be like, yeah, we see this shit flying around. Okay, we believe you. You're off the hook for murder. You know, so you know it's such a crazy movie. This is the second time I've seen it. It is just as crazy. It still bothers me because I'm not a fan of body horror, and it just takes it there. And I'm like, oh God. And of course, I don't like eye things, and there are tons of eye things in this movie, and it's just very, very unsettling. And you know, all in all, I still enjoy it though. It's still a crazy movie, and of course, Barbara Crampton can get it.
She can get it. Speaking of getting it, what about you, Brooks? This was your first time seeing the film, so what did you think about it?
Yeah, it was. And considering it had a lot of the same cast, same director, like based on Lovecraft, like Re-Animator, I had pretty high hopes for this movie, and I think it lived up to them. I mean, this movie was a lot of fun. It was like Re-Animator but different, and I've read the short story, which is like a lot different, because in the short story it's just this crazy dude. He's like got this kind of like Cask of the Amontillado by Poe type revenge scheme, basically.
Yeah.
To like lure this dude in where he turns on this machine and then like gets killed by the fucking Beyond shit. And this
they took
it a little different.
They took that story and they just adapted that as the prologue, and then just went with
I think Pretorius is supposed to be like the dude.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Combs is supposed to be his colleague.
Colleague.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And then they just go for it, bro. They're like, we're doing our own thing tonight, man.
Is Pretorius, is that from Bride of Frankenstein?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
I know I've heard that name.
The
he
guy
kind of looks like him.
Yeah, and in case you didn't know, he's the guy who lures Henry Frankenstein in the Universal Monsterverse back into creating life from dead flesh.
And he has the little dancing people.
Yeah. I couldn't quite reach scale. He's such a great character too. And he's kind of like just what's the word, man? It's like what are they? Yeah, he's like fancy. He's like he's
particular.
There's a word for it. I can't remember what it was, but you know what I'm saying. But it's dainty, He's like dainty. Yeah, that's what it is.
Posh.
And he's and posh and just so fucking snarky. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him, and he works so well that James Well that James Well wit in that movie. But we're not talking about that one. But there's a lot of things to draw parallel to the Frankenstein films in the Re-Animator series. right? Or not the Re-Animator series, sorry, but even in From Beyond, about exploring out and trying to breach the unknown territories of knowledge and experience, and like a year later, a same dude's doing the same thing, but with a fucking like Rubik's Cube, Pinhead shows up. You know what I'm saying? It's the same type thing, right? But you enjoyed it on your first time, Brooks, right?
Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's got an amazing cast. So Stuart Gordon had success with Re-Animator. He won a prize at the Cannes Film Festival that year, and he got a 3-picture deal with Charles Band, right? Soon to be Empire Pictures and all that stuff, doing their thing. He wanted to do a trilogy of Lovecraft movies. The follow-up was going to be Dagon. Dennis Paoli wrote the script, but the producer, I'm pretty sure it's Charles, said, people turning into fish, it's not scary, that's stupid. And so then he gave him a list of other things to do, and they chose From Beyond. And then they did this movie. They later on got to do Dagon, but without Jeffrey Combs or Barbara Crampton. It suffered for that, actually, but still a good movie. Anyway, that being said, Stuart Gordon wanted to do his next movies with the same cast. So Dolls was a different production. It was bigger and all that stuff. But for From Beyond, he brought back Jeffrey Combs. He brought back Barbara Crampton. And Jeffrey Combs still says that he doesn't feel like he did the role really good. But I think he's great in the role. But he thought that Bruce Abbott should have played it, who played Dan in Re-Animator. But I love him in this film. I love everybody in this film. So I usually go along with you guys now to start off your favorite cast member, but all the good ones have been taken for a while. So tonight I really wanted to make sure that I was the first one to say that my favorite character was Bubba, played by Ken Foree, who we also know from Dawn of the Dead. This dude apparently doesn't act. He just is. He's like a Jason Mewes type character where like every character he plays is him. Right? You know what I'm saying? Dawn of the Dead and Bubba in this movie, it's literally the same character. The way he has this awkward delivery to his lines, but it's like somehow charming and kind of enchanting and enthralling. Plus he's in that like short ass, like those like skeevy, like brief, like super brief, tidy white, like not tidy whities, but they're red, but they're super tight. We know what the outline of his flaccid cock and balls looks like because of this movie. It's like I know as much about him as I do Robert Plant. You know what I'm saying? But his delivery, his character, it's wild. I love the moment when Barbara Crampton's character, the Dr. McMichaels, I believe, is trying to seduce him. And he's like, what does he say? He's like, girl, you don't know what you asking for. You are asking for it. But he's, but he's really great, man. There's the moments where like so many weird moments, man, that are such weird stretches where like they're trying to talk about what's going on. And he's like, what about that hard on that I got? Like he's the voice of reason in the damn film. Like in at one moment, shit's going crazy. They're trying to figure it out. And instead of talking about his hard on, he goes, man, what about y'all? I want to eat something. And he makes these like little, like, I don't know, stuffed bell, like, it's like biscuit shepherd's pie or some shit.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about the character that I find supremely appealing and I love it. What about you, Jelani? What's a character you want to highlight?
Yeah. I was not going to go with him, but I will go with Dr. Catherine McMichaels, the lovely, the enchanting, the fucking gorgeous Barbara Crampton. My God. She plays like this doctor character, this very stuck-up doctor character, but then once she is exposed to the weird craziness of a tuning fork and purple light, she just decides to become like just this unhinged, just sexual being. Like it just takes over her body. And she just becomes this sex pot. And it's crazy because
she's literally coming on to this dude when this dude like literally just breathing on him will cause him intense pain.
He was like he almost got eaten by a worm.
Yeah, Barbara Crampton gets turned on watching Alienation because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking Alienation.
Yeah, that's kind of what he is. But when his head turned out, but she's a great character because she keeps pursuing the crazy. Like she wants to help him, and she gives this weird thing where her father had schizophrenia and died, and she wants to cure schizophrenia by doing this. I'm like, this ain't gonna do it, honey. This just opens dimensions. I'm like, your calls to do this. She's like, we can cure schizophrenia. I'm like, no, that's bad. So I like, I don't know, I just like her character. I like that she was like I said, just stuck up, and then just and trying to prove this man's innocence.
Yeah.
For not killing his employer.
Yeah.
And it just turned into so much worse. And by the end of the movie, she's like, she had to jump out of a building. She's busted her leg all the crap. And they're asking her, is she okay? And all this other stuff. She just screams. And that scream is so primal. And it's like and laughs and loses her mind. And it's the end of the film. And she's just gone. You know she's just driven into madness.
Yeah.
And it's such I don't know, she plays the character so well. And I really liked it. I really liked that character in general. That and the leather suit she was wearing.
Yeah. Which they had custom made because her and Stuart went out and tried to find the right outfit. She tried on, she said, 200 different outfits.
Wow.
This is all this information, by the way, you can get in the Scream Factory Blu-ray, which is amazing. I have the reverse slip on there, but the new cover is pretty dope too.
That is. Oh yeah.
But I always like the originals. But she was hesitant to come onto this project because, let's be honest, Re-Animator could be viewed as a little exploitative of her talents, certain talents of hers. And in this one, that's there, but it's different. It's more of an ownership of her sexuality, right? And we'll get into all of that stuff later. But her and Jeffrey Combs almost have role reversals in this film. Because in the first film, Combs played Herbert West, right? Yeah. And Crampton played like the innocent caught up in it. Right. And even though you can argue that that's not that
he is kind of innocent and caught up in it,
but he is, right. They kind of role reversal. Yeah. She's more of the Herbert West type character
because she wants to keep pushing. She wants to keep injecting people with green stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, dude, it turns you on, man. It gives you a hard on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of hard ons, Brooks, you get the best segues because you're just there. What's the character you want to highlight?
Well, Pretorius, dude. Even though he's not in the movie that much, really. Yeah. Like what he does get, like it's just like peak villain shit, dude. He's just a bad dude. And I like how Jeffrey Combs' character, like somebody like talks about him like he's like says Pretorius was crazy. Like he was a genius.
Yeah.
So like you get this idea that he's actually this legitimate scholar who just kind of took it too far.
And the idea that Combs' character, was it Crawford.
Crawford. Crawford Tillinghast.
Yeah, you get. I love that Crawford's his first name. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's got two last names.
You get the idea that he's actually a legitimate disciple of this dude, right? Yeah. Like he was believing, like he's the one that found the magic frequency or whatever, right?
True.
Yeah, but Pretorius is great. And what's crazy about that actor, Ted Salis or something? Ted Sorrell. What's crazy is that most of his screen time, he's got to be in like crazy ass makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Or a giant animatronic blob thing.
Yeah, right. But it works.
That robe was pretty scary though.
And I really enjoy I should say not enjoy, but I should say respect a grown ass adult male who in the 80s especially will go full buck ass naked.
Bucky naked.
And not bother shaving his neck or shoulders or back or anything. He gave like
zero bucks. He did not care.
Anyway,
he starts off the thing shirtless.
Yeah, he's good.
Putting a robe on.
He's very much playing that character of like the John Kerry wannabe from Re-Animator. Can't remember his name right now, but you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yes. He's
so creepy.
He's kind of more insidious, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't try
Yes.
to like go down on Barbara Crampton, but he tries to swallow. He tries to give
He
her
wants to
head
eat her.
in a way.
Yeah.
He tries to, like, it's in a way it's not so. But anyway, that's some really great stuff. Also, Jeffrey Combs does do a great job, even though he still doesn't think he did. I think he works in this film, and those are the 3 or the 4 core members of this cast. Style and structure. First thing you notice about this film, first of all, the colors, how amazing it looks. It's like Argento-esque, like Suspiria. It's those purples and blues and violets, and it's trying to represent the idea that's in the book or in the short story, that there are different colors they're perceiving on the ultraviolet spectrum because of this dimension crossing over. And they're trying to show that with colors you don't typically see on screen. I think there's some good camera tricks, some great pacing. I think the story's paced very well. Doesn't reach too far. It does exactly what it sets out to do. But the special effects are top notch. A lot of different people had their hands in it. But it was absolutely amazing as far as the special effects go. What do you think about style, structure, and special effects, Jelani?
Yeah, dude, it's done very well. The practical effects are amazing. I love Pretorius's like makeup in general. It's so like it's creepy because I like when the fingers come out of when he grows his fingers to grab her, and it's like, where did that come from? Like, how are you extending those fingers? It without tearing anything. It was just so weird. And like he's sucking her head, using his head. It's just so many weird effects that come down from just that. You're right about the colors as well. The colors really, you can tell when it's the dimension, when it's about to change. And it's the whole house. They were like, what's the range of this house? Or as far as the field. And it's the entire house, all the way down to the basement where apparently worms grow.
Bruh.
So
and it's great, man, when you have that
it's
like
so good.
that electrical box like glowing pink and shit like
Yeah.
that. Fucking water. Ken
It's
Forey and his tidy readies.
Oh, God. And okay, why the hell are you gonna like tackle the dude down the stairs? He's running, and then you tackle him down the stairs, and it looked like you didn't need a stunt man. That was all y'all.
I used to play pro football. We were all crazy.
It's just like, whoa, apparently you are. And like the way he dies, and the way like the way they shoot his body, and like how it's been eaten by whatever those things were.
Yeah, beyond bugs.
Beyond bug. And they just eat him. They just eat him to nothing. And like it's such a cool scene. I mean, you could tell it was kind of fake. I could tell.
That's the cheesiest practical effect in the whole thing, but it works.
It works. It's still there, and I'm like, yeah, I know you're under there, like somewhere. It just, oh help, man! It just looks. It didn't look genuine, but it still kind of worked because of what happened. So I mean, it, like I said, and it's paced really well. I like the speed of it. It was very quick to get through. I think it was like an hour and 30 minutes, something like that. It wasn't too long. It gets right to the point. I really can't stand the cops in this movie. I can't stand the medical the doctor that gets her eye sucked out.
Stuart Gordon's wife.
Stephen Gordon's wife. She's in Re-Animator.
That's Carolyn Purdy Gordon.
Okay. All right, but yeah, I couldn't stand her in this movie. She's just so evil, man. She's so evil.
She's like the evil stepmother in Dolls, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty much in all of his films.
She's in all the movies.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, the whole movie itself. I mean, it's a good nugget. Like if you really like horror, this is a tightly knit movie where you can get in, get freaked out, and get out.
Yeah.
So that's what I like and enjoy about
Stuart Gordon's a master of horror, and he's a master especially of that time, and he continued to do this with all of his films. He doesn't overstay his welcome. He gets in, gets to the point, gets out, man. He's not trying to win an Academy Award. He's not trying to like say some profound statement. Or is he? We'll get to it. Brooks, what do you think about the style, structure, and special effects?
Well, they're all good. And I think this movie like is paced really well. It starts off, it lets you know early on she's going to be crazy, and then it delivers on that. It's like, what more can you ask for, you know? And of course, the effects are really great. There's a lot of wet, gooey, gross stuff, as you would expect. And like watching the movie, I'm like, I wonder if like at some point Barbara Crampton was like, okay, like we're doing another movie, like what's going to be groping my chest this time? He's like, oh, it's going to be an alien hand this time. Check it out.
Yeah. But it's not as elaborate of a scene, and I think Jeffrey Combs has to go through some pretty crazy groping himself, right?
He gets groped rather often.
So it was equal opportunity.
Smells her fucking finger.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? And at the same time, I was like, that's hot.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, those practical effects really work, though, right? Right?
Yeah,
what do you think about the cinematography, Brooks? Did you like the color and what they were trying to do there?
Yeah. I noticed it did kind of do like a little bit of the Suspiria thing with the colors in this one. I think that's always good, to get that mood,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's talk about the music. We like to talk about that. The music was done by Richard Band, who also did the music on Re-Animator. Now, in Re-Animator, he got accused of plagiarizing the score from Psycho, which Stuart Gordon still regretted until he died, probably still does regret, because he asked Richard Band to do a Berman-esque Psycho score, right? Like he asked him to basically lift that score. So in this one, he kind of gets to do his own thing. And if you listen to the score isolated, because when you're watching the movie, it doesn't go beyond itself to try to stand out, right? It doesn't do that. Re-Animator does that. Like you know that bum 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 bum, because it already sounds iconic, right? Because it's the Psycho score, right? It really is. But this one, Richard Band's able to do what he's trying to do, and he, through the strings, and very limited strings, I might add, kind of brings about this ethereal, otherworldly nature at the right times, right? And when you listen to it isolated, those themes really solidify within the look and feel and tone and atmosphere of the movie. The music is incredibly atmospheric. I love it. I don't think it's as good as Re-Animator, but I definitely think it's up there. What about you, Jelani? What do you think about the music?
Well, it's kind of background music to me. Like I tried to listen to it, and it's okay. I haven't heard it isolated. I'm pretty sure it's awesome. The otherworldly parts when the music does play, it's in there. It's very nice. It's the entity. It doesn't get in there like that there's music.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit more subtle than the entity.
It's very subtle. Yeah.
Bernstein wasn't subtle with that one, bro.
Not at all. So it's there. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it, but I didn't really notice it as much as I should, because I mean, like I said, it's a great film altogether, and it's the music is a part of it.
That is a part.
But it just only when the tuning fork was being used did I notice music.
Well, I'll tell you this:
craziness.
When you're watching the film, unless you're intentionally listening for it, you shouldn't notice it that much. Mm-hmm. Like, right? You shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, I do try to pay attention. This all started with the movie U-571. We were working at the movie theater. You remember Herb?
Yep,
right?
I remember Herb.
Herbie goes, U-571 was magnificent. It had glorious music. And I was like, I liked that movie. The music? I went back and rewatched it. I was like, he's right. I've been paying attention to music ever since.
Good old Herb.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right? So I would encourage you to listen to it isolated, but never be discouraged here on a PCP movie night or anybody else to ever think that, I didn't really notice it, because if you don't pay it, if you're not trying to notice it, you shouldn't notice it too much. You get what I'm saying? But it works, man, and you're in it.
It's a good movie.
And you're
it's a good movie with the music involved. Yeah. It's pretty decent. Yeah.
What about you, Brooks? Did you have any thoughts on the music?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's toned down from like the kind of Re-Animator soundtrack. It was a little bit, it didn't stand out as much, but it was still good, and I think it worked for this movie. Like you said, sometimes like if you don't notice the soundtrack as much, it's doing its job. Like I never felt like a scene was like, and this actually, one thing I did notice is that this movie has kind of a almost soap opera tunes in it at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good. Not quite as, it doesn't have the punchiness of the Re-Animator soundtrack, but I think in the context of this movie, that's really for the better.
I do think that every good horror film could always benefit from a theme that we can easily recognize.
Yeah, and like another thing is I've been like watching a lot of horror movies lately, so like I've been listening to a lot of horror soundtracks, kind of,
Yeah. But some of the best ones have that recognizable theme.
Yeah. Like Re-Animator has that.
Re-Animator, Halloween, Suspiria, The Exorcist. Yeah. Like you kind of pick up on it. The Entity has that, right?
Man.
Like it. Oh. Yeah. So that was a cool one. All right. Nice discussion there. What is the movie trying to say? What's it speaking to you, Jelani?
Don't play around with things you don't understand. I don't know why. I mean, exploration is kind of cool and all, but if you're trying to like find a vibration and the first thing that happens to you to bite you in the face when a worm comes at you, yeah, I'm not going that far. I'm not that daring.
Yeah. Those aren't good vibrations. That's not what Marky Mark was talking about.
Nope, not at all. So I mean, not to avoid adventure, but you can run to adventure when it's dangerous in a good way, and this feels like it wasn't a good way. Like, and the fact that Barbara Crampton is still trying to push that limit on her end, like she immediately wants to go back to this thing. Like it felt so good to her, even though she almost died the first time.
What about this hard on I just got, Doc?
Yeah. So yeah, if I
got a hard on like a mother right now.
Thank you. And I'm all like, I hear that and then see him in those bikini shorts, and it's just, yeah, that does it for me. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why not? But it's just the things that we don't need to explore. And that's definitely the otherworldly things we don't need to explore. Yeah. I mean, Cthulhu could have been there, man. Apparently, every beast that came out of that place tried to kill you, or tried to eat you in some form or fashion. That's not a good thing.
But it was enticing something. So it says something about temptation as well, right?
It does, and it wants you. It is the ability to continue to push on through that. But like I said, I don't push like that, man. No, sir.
Salt and Pepper said push it, but not like that.
Not even real good. Not even real good. No,
that's
sir.
real from beyond good. Mm-hmm. All right. Brooks, what about you? What's this movie saying to you?
Well, I think this movie has a lot to say about, kind of the fear that we have of insanity and like how little we understand it, like this idea that, there are things that maybe some people can see that we can't. And maybe that's why they act in the ways they do, or, that maybe there is like, is insanity just, somebody seeing things that aren't there, hallucinating? Or maybe they like, actually have this like extra sense and they're just able to see things that, that do exist, but are just imperceptible, to others, I thought that was a cool idea that he ran with, in this movie, is, taking this idea of an invisible world and like somebody who can see it, and it can only, affect you if you can see it and it can see you. And like, how the world, and a lot of this stuff in the with the doctor too, like there's a point in the movie where Barbara Crampton's character is like, after Bubba dies, and like basically this doctor lady is like, give her shock treatment. I'm like, wait, she can do that?
And they're like, that one dude's like,
shock her.
I think that's illegal. She's like, I'm your nurse. I'm your
you tell you what to do.
It's an order. I'm like, what is this, the fucking military? What the fuck is this? Is this goddamn Star Wars? Is she Darth Vader? What the fuck?
God.
But yeah, it's like it's like our fear of this kind of behavior in people kind of causes us to sometimes react in the wrong ways, and maybe not treat them as good as we should, and not try to understand, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good point, right? And because it's also about the unseen worlds within, right? So like you were talking about the unseen worlds, people can perceive other things. What if people can experience other things, right? So one of the things Barbara Crampton's dealing with is this theme of experience, sexual repression. Maybe she's dealing with that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a tinge of that in there as well. So on the outside, it's showing us, you know, trying to perceive other dimensions and other senses. What's that mean to the human experience conveyed in this film? Like Pretorius he's a freak, super freak, some would say.
He's
You know,
a freak guy.
yeah. And she's getting into that. She's feeling herself, you know, she wants to get into that, right? She's got a connection with Crawford as a first name. That's so fucking weird. I've never met a person named Crawford as their first name.
Or last name is Tillinghast.
What the fuck is that?
That's the name.
Crawford Tillinghast.
Crawford Tillinghast.
I am honor student at Miskatonic University. Anyway, so there's that element as well of, yeah, we can take it literally to be seeing beyond dimensions in reality or dimensions within ourselves. Ooh, then we can get in a whole Teen Dog can of worms if we open up that, right? But also, like Jelani said, it's about the hubris. It's about reaching too far.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of got that Frankenstein idea to it. But I'll take that a little bit further. It is about the fear of the unknown, fear of evolution, fear of new ideas, right? Because Lovecraft was afraid of fucking everything. He was afraid of fish the way it felt. He wrote Dagon and other short stories that were like fucking fish people. You know, he's scared of everything. He's scared of immigrants. He's scared of other races. He's scared of going outside. He's scared of his mother. Like, Lovecraft stuff is not necessarily well written, but it is exceptionally well written as far as conveying his sense of fear of everything, this anxiety, right? And that anxiety, that fear of, I want to push further, but what if giant fucking slugs come out and bite my fucking head off?
Yeah,
you know, what if it contaminates me and I become this fucking crazy uber monstrous body horror sexual super freak? What happens then? What happens if I get eaten alive by beyond bugs and my last meal was a shitty ass shepherd's pie made out of a can? You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, it's just tapping into the fear. If you look at Lovecraft, he's not showing us how to overcome fear. He's identifying fear. This movie's identifying fear, the unknown. Fuck it. We have to explore the unknown. We have to do it because you know why? At the end, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was a genius. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's the evolution of imagination.
Wow.
We don't need to fear it. We need to go for it.
That made my pineal gland expand.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. And we all need to expand our minds and remember there are other worlds than these. Right? Station. So
Station.
Also the idea that unlock imperceptible things within you as certain forces, thought forms, shit like that. But whatever. We're not going to dive into that tonight. Time to rate the film. If you've ever seen From Beyond out there in the chat, out of 5 possible you digs, what do you give it? Jelani, go first.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one. I'll give this one a 4. I really liked it. It like I said before, it gets in, it drives you crazy, it gets out. It's insane, and of course Barbara Crampton. Yeah, you keep pulling it out, girl. I keep seeing it.
I think you need to bump it up a half of your dig just for her, man.
I will. I think I'm gonna make it a 4.69, dude. I think I've changed my score to 4.69. She is just such the scream queen. Station, I know yours. Yeah, thank you, Station, brother.
Oh, she's great, bro.
She's one of those characters, like, I don't know, like she's one of my favorite scream queens, like in general, or I wouldn't call it scream queen. But
she is. She's
yours
a
is
queen.
Yeah.
Well,
yours would be like what's her name? Linnea Quigley.
Well,
mine is Barbara Crampton.
Well, my girlfriend asked me because I have a Linnea Quigley poster that I want to get for my bedroom. It's on my Amazon wish list. Everybody, if you're interested, just let me know. I'll send you the wish list. But and she's just sitting there bare-assed, laying down, tummy down on a bed, and it looks great. And my girlfriend's totally down for it to be put in the boudoir. And she's like, "What, you got these other walls? You need to put all your favorite scream queens up. Who else would it be?" And she's like, "You need Elvira over here." I was like, yeah, you're right. I need Linnea, Elvira. And I was thinking Barbara Crampton, Danielle Harris.
Elvira's not so much a scream queen as a host.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
She's a host.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Mine is after that is Jamie Lee Curtis for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to get a sexy True Lies Jamie Lee Curtis up on your bedroom?
Trading places. Freaking trading places.
Trading places. Oh, hell yeah. Speaking of trading places, Brooks. Out of 5 possible you digs, what do you give From Beyond?
I give this one a 4.5. I really liked it, but I don't think it was quite as good as Re-Animator for me. I mean, it's still like, it's still a movie I'd come back to, probably on the heels of Re-Animator. Like, I can imagine next Halloween I'll be like, I'll watch Re-Animator and then I'll watch From Beyond. Follow it.
Hell yeah. I'll just wait till we get you into Castle Freak and Dagon. You're gonna.
I watched Castle Freak, dude. Castle Freak is crazy, man.
Yes, it is. Did you watch that on your own?
Yeah, you gave me your old DVD.
Oh, that's right. The Blu-ray, my old Blu-ray. You watched that?
The case was all fucked up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bought the new Blu-ray.
Yeah,
from Amazon. It was all fucked up. I reported it fucked up. They sent me a replacement.
I forgot to send them.
Yeah.
Because Scrooge didn't have a case, so you just put it in the Castle Freak case and gave it to me. But yeah, Castle Freak was pretty crazy. Should do that one next year.
Yeah, that's a good one. Dagon's another good one that he did.
Yeah, I saw that on Tubi too.
You should watch it. It's got some like 90s, early 2000s. I think it's late 90s, mid 90s, or I think it's like late 90s, early 2000s. But it has some cheesy, some bad CG. But the movie itself is good.
Yeah,
I think. All right, 4.5 from Brooks, 4.69 from Jelani. I'm going 4.5 as well. I love this film. Like Brooks said, not as good as Re-Animator. I think we all gave that 5 you digs.
Yeah.
So this one a little bit lower, but like y'all said, this is very enjoyable. It's got a great aesthetic. I like the music. I like the vibe of it. I like the tone of it. I like what it's trying to say. I like that it's reversing those roles, allowing Barbara Crampton to do something a little bit different, allowing Jeffrey Combs to do a little bit something different, and allowing Ken Foree to come in and just be himself and interject himself into another iconic horror film. And that's what this is. If you've never seen this movie, it's on Tubi for free. I highly recommend it. The Scream Factory Blu-ray is very difficult to get, and it's no longer on Amazon Prime to rent, but it is available on Tubi. It is a great movie. So 4.5 from all of us, basically. But we're going to just round that up along with Delaney to a PCP average of 4.69, dudes. Yeah. All right, thus concludes the movie review for From Beyond. Dylan said that he was going to be popping in.
He said hi in the chat.
He said, I'm almost back, and then I'm going to jump on for a second. While we're waiting on that, let us know already, we're halfway through March Madness, but we still got some great movies coming up, including Saturday night at Dylan's Horror Show, Dolls. It's Stuart Gordon week. This was made at the same time on the same set. It's the same house. Watch this movie. It's also, I think, on Tubi. I believe it's out there available to stream. Really fantastic movie. And then next week for PCP Movie Night, we're talking about the very first movie directed by one of my favorite film directors, Dario Argento, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I have no idea where this is streaming. Someone in the chat let us know. And then beyond that, we got Midsummer and April Fool's Day. Y'all, it's a fantastic March Madness. We'll be right back after this short break for PCP Backchat. His name is Hellboy.
Good times, great oldies.
Bird with the crystal plumage is on Tubi for free, says 62 Lefty Blues. Thank you for that
Cool.
information.
All right. It was really hard for me to find it, like, not in Italian. And then I finally got it. And I was like, yes! Finally! That movie is crazy. And ends with an exposition dump. Sup, Brooks?
So,
What's up, y'all? Welcome to PCP Back Chat. It's the show after the show. We're going to be talking about whatever. Dylan says he's going to be showing up. When he shows up, we'll ask him his thoughts on the movie. My voice is not where it should be because I was under the weather this weekend. So what do y'all want to talk about? We got plenty of time tonight for PCP Back Chat. Having a 3-man show again. I forgot how quick we can get through those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talk fast. But then 3 other people are here. They talk fast too, but
especially when we're talking about 4 fucking movies like Superman. I feel bad because Brian apparently told Ibrahim that it was going to be about an hour-long show.
Oh no!
It was 2.5 hours, y'all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not
we
4
have an
movies.
hour-long show.
Thoughts out to Ibrahim, by the way. He just lost his puppy, so that his dog.
Sorry,
so that
Ibrahim.
sucks, man.
Oh,
That sucks.
yeah, man.
I hate to hear that. Anytime, man. I hate to hear that.
I hate when pets die.
Animals are just as much a part of our family as humans are. Sometimes,
true.
to me, better in certain aspects. My sister just lost one of her beloved pets,
That's right.
so thoughts out to her as well. So,
It really
wow,
sucks.
that brought down PCP Back Chat. Sorry.
Yeah,
It happens,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a question, real quick. I think I say, Mr. T. What's the first thing you think of, Jelani?
Pitying the fool.
The phrase.
Yeah, I pity the fool. I mean, that was his deal. I mean, of course, the A-Team. It was freaking awesome. A-Team.
Yeah. What about you, Brooks? What's the first thing you think of?
Mr. T cereal.
Yeah.
And the mother. Your mother.
Yeah.
There's no other. So treat her right.
Oh my God. I always think of fucking Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Clubber Lang.
Clubber
Yeah.
Lang.
Rocky 3, man.
He's a
Yeah.
great guy, though. He did an hour-long speech on his mother at the Hall of Fame for the WWE Hall of Fame.
Nice.
They didn't cut him off or anything. I was like, wow, that's how cool he is.
Huh.
You
So
don't cut Mr. T off. Mr.
No,
T
you
cuts
don't.
you off.
that he does.
If you cut Mr. T off, you're a fool.
Yeah.
And he pities you.
Then he pities you. Yeah.
You don't want that.
I don't like to get pitied.
Nah.
No.
Mr. T's
not
pity
fun.
destroys nations.
So yeah. I don't know. Any good shows y'all are watching?
I've been watching this show. I haven't gotten through it yet. It's called Our Flag Means Death.
Oh yeah.
It's a pirate show on HBO
HBO
Max.
Max. Yeah.
It's got Taika Waititi as Blackbeard. It's pretty
I heard
funny.
about that. I heard about that.
I got 2 more episodes left in it, but it's been really funny show.
I haven't watched any of his shows. Like
I haven't watched What We Do in the Shadows.
yeah, I
That's
haven't
one I'd
watched
like
that.
to see too.
Yeah. I know it was a movie first and then it was the TV show, I think. And
Yeah.
I haven't watched either one of those. But
He did another movie, Hunt for the Wilder People. That was really good.
okay. Yeah.
I've never
that's
seen
right.
any of that.
Yeah, it's got Sam Neill.
I did see the Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit was good too.
I did like Jojo Rabbit. It was a little crazy at the end, but it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Razor Ramon passed away tonight.
Oh, really?
He did?
Yeah.
Or why I thought he was like in stable condition, or they took him off life support, but I didn't know he passed
They
away.
took him off life support so he would pass. So they waited for his family to get there. He apparently had complications after like a hip surgery or something.
Yeah, he had like 3 heart attacks.
Yeah. So he they waited for the family to get there. They took him off life support.
Gosh,
Yeah.
that's terrible, man. I really liked him.
Kevin Nash put up a post about it.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's heartfelt, man. It's very sad. And he was such a great wrestler, and he had like one of the best finishing moves, man. Oh my gosh, That's my friend. It was his birthday. Like, gosh, it was the 12th.
Yeah.
And that's his favorite wrestler, like of
Damn.
all time. And yeah, it really sucks, man. After he had surgery, something simple.
I'm looking forward to seeing that Bird and Magic doc, and I heard that this show's pretty good. The show that they did, I think Rodney Barnes was one of the writers there, about the Showtime era of the Lakers, Magic Johnson and all that shit.
Oh, okay.
John C. Reilly as a Bus. You remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I saw the trailer for that.
I hear that's good, but I haven't watched anything new since I finished this Bondathon. By the way, that podcast is done being edited, so it should be up momentarily for those who have not been able to check it out over at patreon.com/PCP. This will be in a much better streamlined format with a lot of the bullshit taken out, because we had a long night getting back to podcast in our new format, had some technical difficulties. So if you want to see us struggle, if you want to see the PCP pain, join us over at patreon.com/PCP and check out the unedited video version of the Bondcast before the audio one drops.
Oh my God.
Oh, bro, we did it on StreamYard. Yeah. Yeah, my bright idea was like, we can do it on StreamYard. We can have other people come in and be guests, you know? And it just obviously should have known that one of the big IT guys in the Excitable PCP crew, Justified Justin, didn't have a really good connection or a good microphone.
He never does.
Or anything.
He never does. He does half his stuff on a cell phone.
Oh my God.
It's a mess, man.
I was like, next time Justin's on the show, Drew, he's got to go over to your house. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just the way
you gotta work on that, man.
It's got the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, and Mark, you're right. Raised by the Wolves is good. It's a truly batshit crazy show. That's what I've been watching recently. It's the second season of it, and like it's, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just people escape a war on Earth and the dying planet to go to another planet, and crazy shit ensues. I mean, it's a little more nuanced and detailed than that, but it's a great show. And it's Ridley Scott, and it's about atheism and belief in a faith called where the divine leader is called Saul. They're basically pulled to this planet, and after the Earth is dying, pretty much a husk of itself. But the characters are interesting. The main characters are two androids called Mother and Father that are there to like raise humanity, and they're terrible parents. They're absolutely terrible. But I'm not really sure how to explain it to you, but it's on HBO Max. It's an original. Like I said, season 2 is about to wrap up. The last episode is tomorrow. And yeah, crazy ass show, man. And the special effects is like, they're not the best. It's not the best production value for it, but it gets around. It's fun though, because you don't know what's happening. From week to week now, the new season, I'm like, yeah, no spoilers, but somebody gets turned into something, and you're just like, what? Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong and weird, but it's fun to watch. I don't know how to say it. Of course, Peacemaker. Have you watched Peacemaker yet, Robbie?
I still haven't watched it. No.
Okay.
I thought about watching it yesterday, and I just watched a bunch of Daniel Clow's interviews on YouTube, and then read a book called Asterios Polyp by David Mazzucchelli. It's from 2009. It's a graphic novel that he did, and it is literally one of the best comic books I have ever fucking read.
Really?
I don't say that often. Like I hype books up. I say I really like it. It's awesome. But I don't often say this is one of the best comic books I've ever read. Asterios Polyp's one of the best comic books I've ever read.
That's no hyperbole. I loved it.
I'm serious as shit, man.
It's
serious
very
as
good.
shit.
Okay.
If you like comics, it's a must read.
Okay.
Must. It's
2009.
it's as essential, if not more, than works like Mouse, like Dark Knight Returns, Watchmen.
That's what I was going to ask. Was it as good as Watchmen?
It's one of them. It's one of them. It's really good, and I want to do a video on it, but I don't know how to do it justice. I mean, I'll be honest, man. This is a movie. This is a book that's like, it is levels beyond on all sides. What it's saying thematically, what it's doing with character, what it's doing with structure, what it's doing with the page, with the artwork, with the line work, with style. It is pushing everything so far. It's fucking. I've comic books are almost ruined for me right now because I've been diving back into Daniel Clowes. I've been reading shit like Asterios Polyp, getting into some fucking other shit. Like, I'm starting to go through that phase. Do you remember when you first read like Sandman by Neil Gaiman, or you first read some like of that indies shit from the 90s? You know, when you first read like an 8-Ball, or you first read Love and Rockets or something like that. If that was your jam, or Hellboy or Madman.
Yeah. Okay.
And you were just like, wow, comic books are so much more. I'm like rediscovering that.
That's cool when you get books like that. The books that like really want to change your perception of things. I like that. I like films like that. I like TV shows like that. Hell,
I picked that one up, 62. I picked Black Hole up. I haven't read it yet, but I picked it up. I'm excited to dig into it. Anyway, yeah, I've been a fan of Stray Bullets. Actually, I'm a huge David Lapham fan. Stray Bullets was my jam. Murder Me Dead, is that the name of that book? Right? Y'all remember that, right? That crime fiction book I used to talk about in the early 2000s. That shit's really good. I still have that hardcover. I got the first volume of Stray Bullets. I used to have the hardcovers that came out, and then my shop at the time couldn't get me the last one. Like I pissed one day. Eventually, years later, I sold them all on eBay, and now I'm getting the soft covers because it's all I can afford. But yeah, love Stray Bullets. This is some really good stuff. What book is this in? Asterios Polyp. I'll type that in. From Pantheon. I'm looking over there because it's part of my show and tell tonight. Anyway, y'all would love it. And I know you're thinking of David Mazzucchelli. You're thinking of Daredevil Born Again, probably, or Batman Year One. It is nothing like that. His style is nothing like that. It's wild.
I need to see some pages now.
I'll show it. Show and tell. We'll get there. It's at the bottom of the stack. I don't know why I put it at the bottom of the stack. Surely I was going to talk about it. Anyway. What do y'all want us to talk about? Out there in the chat, you got a comment? Come on, man. Bring it in. What about you, Brooks? What do you want to talk about? What's of interest to you lately? What have you been thinking? What's been on your brain, my man?
Well, there is something that, like, you've been reading X-Men still? And like, I don't know if you're still reading X-Men.
I quit.
You did?
I quit.
Well,
no point in it now.
Well, there was a revelation in the newest X-Men, or like not the newest, but like I think it was the previous issue where Sync uses Jean Grey's powers to wipe Ben Urich's mind because he's discovered the secret of the X-Men's immortality. And I thought it was like, it's interesting because, like, you know, back in the 90s, that was a huge thing. Like, you know, Xavier would never do that, you know. That would be like, you know, a sign of, you know, abusing his power and stuff. But like Cyclops was just like, you know, you did what you had to do.
They're villains now. X-Men are villains now.
It keeps us safe, you know. It's justified. And I'm like, that's kind of an interesting slippery slope they're kind of taking it with here. Like and Everett's like, you know, Sync is he's a Gen X, you know, so he's one of the younger mutants. I hope they do something with that and don't just leave it as like a dangling plot thread.
They may do it now.
And if you aren't reading the X-Men books, you know, it's kind of hard to discuss it, I guess.
Let's get some rapid fire here. These Damn Kids. It's a comic book from Second Sight. I haven't read it. Anybody else here? 62 says These Damn Kids was decent, waiting to see where they go. Silver Surfer Rebirth. Love that book. I think I'm the only one here that's read it. digging Venom, especially with the newest issue. Really like
It's
it.
still Donny Cates?
No,
Or
it's
is it- he's
Rom,
gone now.
It's
He's
Rom
gone.
V
Rom
and Al
V.
Ewing.
Okay.
By the way, I just had a conversation over at Manny's channel, Tomorrow Cinema, with Rom V, with David Embuer, writer of Reign and Canto, or the adapter of the comic book version of Joe Hill's Reign, and of course Canto, and Eric Burnham, who's done a lot of work on like Ghostbusters comics and TMNT, some Transformers. So that was a great conversation. You should totally check that out over at Tomorrow Cinema. If we have any mods in the chat, I don't think we do anymore, but if we did, I would hope one of them would put a link up to that chat. So that being said, Rom V, I think, is doing a solid job on Venom, and I'm interested to see where they go. Haven't seen Willy's Wonderland. Have
Nick
y'all?
Cage.
That's the Nick Cage movie.
The Nick
Yeah.
Cage Showbiz Pizza one or whatever.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Have y'all seen the trailer for the movie where Nick Cage is playing himself?
Yeah. I'm iffy.
That
it looked
looks
fun though.
fun.
does
Have you
look
seen that,
fun.
Brooks?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I saw it a while back. I remember. Yeah,
It looks pretty fun. And like
it looks like it'd be
I
worth
don't
it for
mind
the
playing
Cage
films.
performance alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
The last movie I saw him in was the one where he's in like the future and he's a ninja or something. He has 5 different bombs attached to like his neck
Is that
and his
like-
balls and
It's
his
like
his
Prisoners
hand.
of Ghostland or something like that.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was
Really,
absolutely
I was hoping that would be good.
It was not very good. It was-
Jurassic League, real quick. The Justice League is Dinosaurs by Daniel Warren Johnson. Sounds good, but he's not doing the artwork. He's just writing it. So I'm hesitant about it, but I'll check it out. There you go. I haven't seen Pig either. Nick Cage is doing a whole. Nick Cage is.
He's tour de
Probably-
forcing.
He's probably one of the most brilliant actors out there.
Yeah.
And the way that his career's gone, like he started seeing the downswing, so he started picking a certain type of movie.
I always imagine, like, whenever I think of Nick Cage, I think of that Community episode where Abed tries to determine whether Nicolas Cage is good or bad,
Yeah.
and it drives him insane because he can't.
What's crazy is I don't even know if it's intentional on Nicolas Cage's part, or
He
if it
wants
just
to
got
do
to a
this.
point
That's
where
the
he
beauty of it.
started.
You can never know.
I think if you look at his career, you can see where he gets to the point where he's doing interesting movies, what he can get, building up to eventually being nominated for an Academy Award, right? Then getting a big paycheck to do a bunch of movies like Snake Eyes and Con Air. And I don't know if Con Air was before or after leaving Las Vegas, but you get what I'm saying. Like these big tentpole movies,
It was after.
Face Off,
After.
Gone in 60 Seconds, even. These were movies that were like set around him as a star, right? And then there started to be this fall.
He could buy a castle and dinosaur bones. Dude, there was a point in his life where he did both.
All right, so here's the thing though. So you look at his movies, then he starts making really bad movies that are not even like good bad movies. They're just bad movies. Shit like Next and
Yeah.
Bad Lieutenant, like that their version of that, and like all this crazy shit. Was it called Bad Lieutenant, the one that he did?
I forgot
Anyway.
last watch, it was like the second
He,
part of it.
he
'Cause
did
Harvey
Left
Keitel
Behind.
did
He
that.
did Left Behind
Yeah.
fucking movie.
He did
Like
look behind.
I think at a certain point he was doing whatever would pay him.
Yep.
But
Because he was bankrupt. He
He
bought
wound-
a castle and
Exactly.
dinosaur bones.
exactly, and he wound up being put in these movies that started getting a cultish following.
Mhm.
And then either him or his agent started really just like narrowing in on what was working that he was in. And now we are in this
Springs.
latter half of the career of Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
which is going to be unlike anybody
Andy.
else's final, like latter half, second half of their career. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's still
We-
in it.
we
It's,
have
like,
decades
crazy.
possibly of Nicolas Cage random ass fucking weird movies. And thank God that he has the name power to allow weird fucking movies to come about, right?
Absolutely.
We need more weird fucking movies because nowadays you don't see movies like From Beyond, do you?
No.
Right?
We'll never get that movie again.
So
We'll
there you
never
go.
get that movie again properly. Nope.
That's why I am rather fucking surprised by Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So,
Yeah.
Brooks, have you seen Batman yet?
I have not. No.
Okay. In a non-spoilery way, because I think Brooks is like Oh, April until it's on HBO Max? Fuck it, I'll wait.
Yeah.
It's 3
Yeah.
hours. It's okay. You could probably wait. So in a non-spoilery way, me and Jelani got caught into some PCP controversy recently by saying that we liked so far out of all the movies that have come out this year, and it's early.
Yeah.
We said that our favorite so far is the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I got grilled on it on Rockin' Robbie Live last week. So I got to defend myself and talk about it. Jelani, in a non-spoilery way, what are you saying when you say that?
Well, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre was more enjoyable because you explained it to me first, and then I saw it, and I was like, I agree, because I wanted to see entitled brats get got, and they got in the best ways possible I've ever seen in a film, a modern horror film recently. It's just it's so refreshing to have like Leatherface come back, what his new face is supposed to be. Every step of that movie, it was a cliche horror film, but it was done in a good way. I liked the kills, I liked the gore, I liked everything about it. I was rooting for Leatherface in this whole movie. I was actually rooting for Leatherface in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre because those kids deserve to die. And these kids deserve to die even more. So it's just like they wronged him to begin with, but like even if it had gone well, that little gentrification of whatever they were trying to do would not have worked well because Leatherface would have killed them anyway. I think he would have found a way to kill them. So it's a crazy movie. And the reason I put it above Batman is it's short, it's to the point, it's wanting to tell
the Batman,
the Batman, not Batman '89, the Batman. I think the Batman '89 is better than the Batman, but the Batman is good. It's a great movie. It has great costume design. The best character is Gotham. It feels like a lived-in detective story. It needs to. It's great. It's fantastic. It's gorgeous, but it's a little too long, and it's just so. You could have cut like probably 35 minutes out of this movie, for it to be more cohesive. Because the third act, that last part of the third act, just is so weird. Because like you're doing the 7 vibe, but then you do the 7 vibe twist reveal at the end, and it's just, and then you keep going with that twist ending, and you're like, that wasn't necessary. We didn't need to. We could have saved that for another film. It felt uneven for that, and I only gave it 5 more you dig, 0.5 more you digs.
I know, right? People are acting like we were like out of our minds, and the difference is me and Jelani gave Batman a 3. And we gave Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 3.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or they were both. Yeah. We gave them both 3.5.
3.5.
But we were just saying Texas Chainsaw. I want to extrapolate on something you said.
Good.
One of my favorite things, and why I put Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 over the Batman right now for best of the year for me. And it's early. Okay. I don't want anybody to be like, Rockin' Robbie says Texas Chainsaw movie is the best movie of the year. It's a lot of year to come.
Yeah, hopefully.
But I can watch this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix. Brooks, you need to watch it. You got Netflix.
Watch it.
You should watch it. I think you'll like it.
Watch it.
It's fun. I can watch that movie 2 times and still make it to my theater in time to watch the last 10 minutes of fucking The Batman.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
You don't need that much time to tell a fucking Batman story if you don't need to use that much time. Like, trust me. The way they made that film is episodic, was made for television.
TV show.
Bruh.
Yeah.
It's starting to bother me. It didn't bother me at first, man. And I like the movie. This is what pisses me off. I like the fucking movie. But now I'm finding myself to be a personality here on YouTube telling people, y'all are wrong about the Batman. It's not as good. Like everybody's acting like it's a fucking masterpiece. And I'm
Yeah.
like, are y'all
Calm
serious?
down. Dark Knight was way better.
Like, calm the
Was
fuck
way
down.
better. Calm
please.
down. Jesus. It's so much work though. Because sorry. It just is what it is. And it's like the film could be it could be shortened. It could have been 2 movies. They could have made that 2 movies. Or if you did
Look
it
at Andy.
episodic,
Station.
Yeah.
So far.
So far.
We have to
You
keep
got a
saying
caveat,
so far.
man. Yeah. That's gotta be in there. It's fine. It's but Texas Chainsaw, the whole bus, man. Oh my God. Everything in that bus. Oh my, it was so gold. What happens to the redneck? Gold. What happens to the dude that gets like hit in the face with that cleaver? Gold. All of it. I'm just
we respect your opinion, Brandon. We just don't agree with it.
Yeah, not true, man.
But Brooks will probably have a different opinion. Who knows?
He'll be like, yeah, I liked it.
By the way, Third Rail says Brooks has to karaoke War Pigs. It will go viral. So Brooks, you want to go ahead and go for that?
I have to take my glasses off and I'd have to put in eyeliner.
Sounds
Everybody
fair.
would be like,
So next week,
Ozzy?
next week for a bird with crystal plumage, back chat.
Gotta get that done.
Look, I put him on the spot, so he's doing the bit. He's like, all right.
My mouth was open.
I just have fun now telling people that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 was better than
It is.
the Batman. I just have fun watching people be like, what? How dare you fucking say? Because, you know, me, Jelani, we're above this shit. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, are we supposed to say we like certain things? You know what I'm saying? Am I supposed to say I like the new Doctor? Am I supposed to say I like the fucking Game of Thrones, the final season? Nah, we don't give a shit.
Don't care.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
I gave up a long time ago. I gave up on because I've seen the best stuff.
That being said, me and Jelani both like the Batman.
Yeah, we do.
we do like
I like it. I like it a lot.
Things about it.
It's very good. It's not.
The last trailer I saw kind of got a little doubtful about it.
It's good. It's a good movie. It's just like it's not like people are like it's the best Batman movie ever. It's the best Batman we've ever gotten, and it's the best DC movie that's ever been done. It may be the best comic book movie of all time. We're like, y'all,
none of those things.
Like, I think everybody needs. There needs to be a 28-day waiver people sign on social media, not to say stupid shit like that, until 28 days after the movie is fucking debuted. You know what I'm saying?
Give
like,
it time to
calm down. Because y'all are all saying the same shit about Dark Knight.
I love Dark Knight, though.
Saying the same thing about Endgame. Saying the same thing about Spider-Man No Way Home.
Love
like,
Endgame.
what is it?
Love
What is the best Spider-Man movie? Is it No Way Home? No. Not really.
Two.
It's probably still one or two. It's the one or two. Or Into the Spider-Verse, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least people are getting excited about it, you know?
No, I'm excited for that. You know us. We just like to shit on people's excitement, bro, when it comes to movies, man.
It's not even that for me. It's just because I gave it a glowing review. I loved it.
I loved it too. We gave it 3.5.
Yeah.
People were telling me that's a low score. I'm like, that's 7 out of 10.
It's fine.
That's a good movie. What do you think I'd give Batman Forever?
Yeah.
Not a 3.5.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. It's on level of Batman Forever.
Yeah.
It's on the upper level. It's like more like 3.69.
Yeah.
Batman Forever is more like 3.19.
Yeah. Because Batman Forever, I mean, Val Kilmer was a good replacement Batman, Bruce Wayne / Bruce Wayne. He wasn't great, but he was okay as a replacement to Keaton for a while. Clooney just destroyed that, but he would have been a good Bruce Wayne, but they messed him up. Like, Schumacher didn't know what he was doing. He thought he was doing the 60s Batman. Now, I will say this. I keep saying this about the Batman.
Look at Brandon right now, Delaney. Look at his comment.
Ew. Why as you tell? It's okay, dog.
I don't think you two have ever met. I don't think you've ever met Brandon, have you?
I don't think so.
Brandon, do you want to get on the show right now? Come on. Let me know. Give me a station. Let me know you want to get on the show. You can come on right now and talk to Jelani about it in a non-spoilery way.
Yeah.
I would love to hear you two talk about this.
Because, like, it's fine. It gives me that 60.
No, fuel is for another 30 minutes, and then we could do show and tell.
Right.
Do it, Brandon. Come on, Brandon.
Wow, he's pulling you out. He's calling you out, son.
I'm calling you the fuck out, bro. This is cutting promos. Are you too weak to make it, Brandon? Are you gonna show us what you've got?
Are you
Are
a bad
you to
enough
step
dude
in
to
the
save
ring?
the president?
Yeah, are you a bad enough dude to come in here and tell Jelani that the Batman is better than the Dark Knight and explain why?
Please explain. He ran. Scaredy cat. Yo, scaredy cat. It's all good, man. Much love, but man, it's okay.
You only get one shot. Ah, there
That's
he
right.
is. All right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cool. I just realized I don't have to like really do too much now, Brooks, for the next 20 minutes. I can just chill here. It's gonna be fun. How do I know? Where do I contact Brandon at? Instagram. There we go. Everybody's got it. Like I was like, who? How do I contact Joe? How do I contact Brandon? How do I contact man? Everybody's all different. Y'all are the only ones that go through email. Isn't that weird? My actual like people I've known for fucking decades. I just message y'all through email.
Here you are. This is the link.
We're so fucking 90s. Bro, have you got an email yet?
An email address now, bro.
Just send it to you, Brando. Please join us. We're not going to be contentious, though. We love Brandon.
Good. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Brandon. Brandon's super cool dude. He's got a great channel called Comics Kings. Totally check him out. He does great shows on Monday night, on Wednesday. He does great creator interviews. He's had so many amazing people on his channel. John Romita Jr. He's had Dan Waters. He's had fucking I'm losing JM De Mateus. This dude, Matt Fraction, Terry Dodson. He just had them last week. So super cool dude.
Cool.
Jelani wiped his ass with the Snyder Cut.
I sure did. That 4-hour waste of time and effort.
Is it possible with the new Craven speculation, Peter Parker's days are numbered in the movies? I hate the fact that they're doing a fucking Craven fucking movie.
Just like Morbius.
No. How about Craven? Here's a crazy idea. What if Craven was the villain in a fucking Spider-Man movie?
Who knew?
Wouldn't that be fucking crazy?
They were doing that because they couldn't sell Spider-Man anymore.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
And then Sony made big bucks with MCU now. Yeah, that could be happy.
All right.
That's why Morbius is a thing.
Oh my god. I am not looking forward to that fucking movie.
It's a thing.
I'm hoping when we get into the theaters, because it comes out April 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping when we get to the theaters, we get in there, we get our popcorn, we get our fucking Twizzlers, your Raisinets, whatever the fuck it is. You're snacking down, you watch all the trailers, you watch the stupid Nicole Kidman fucking bullshit, and then it just goes, April Fool's Day. There is no Morbius movie.
Come on,
I'd be like, 5 you digs.
5 you digs, I want my money back.
All right, here we go. It's Brandon from Comics Kings.
Yo, what up, Brooks? It's very nice to meet you, Jelani. It is an honor. Robbie, what's up, bro? I said it wasn't as good as The Dark Knight. I said it
wasn't as good? Oh, okay.
If I'm comparing Batman films, I would much rather compare it to Batman Begins because they're starts of the trilogy. I'm not comparing it to The Dark Knight.
Okay. Woo. I was scared there for a second.
No. At first, now I'm gonna keep it a bug. I did not see The Dark Knight in theaters, right? This is the first Batman movie I've seen in the theaters.
Ooh.
So I think a lot of my hype, because at first when I left the theaters, I was like, this is the best Batman movie. This is. And then I rewatched Mask of the Phantasm, and then I rewatched The Dark Knight. I was like, it's not.
The Dark Knight in theaters, when I came out of it, I was like, it is a bit too long.
It is a little.
I even said
it was 2.5 hours.
I was like, is that like a third act problem?
Well, yeah, the whole Two-Face thing at the end was like, I mean.
Well, you kind of needed it, but like I said, you could also shave.
That should have stopped the movie.
Like 20 minutes. Yeah.
Two-Faces in the next movie. That should have. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that could have easily.
This is Brandon's time now. So Brandon, let's get into this. Why do you think the Batman is better than?
I didn't say it was. I didn't know. No, I didn't.
He just said that.
No, what did you just say?
I said it was better than Batman Begins. I said I would compare it to that. I said The Dark Knight is better than the Batman. If I'm ranking my top 3, yeah, you just read it wrong in the chat.
God damn, man.
Too many beers.
I'm slipping, bro. I'm slipping.
How about them Cowboys? It's a rough free agency for you guys so far. That's it.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, but
I'm not a Cowboys fan anymore, so it doesn't hurt me.
All right,
then.
Dan.
I'm a Steelers fan, so I'm kind of chilling right now. But I had to put pants on before I came.
You said nah, it wasn't as good as The Dark Knight.
Yeah, meaning like it was not as good. Like the Batman was not as good as The Dark Knight. It meaning the Batman.
I fucking totally read that wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Why are you
I read it
even
wrong
here?
too. I read it wrong.
All right, well, Brandon's gone now. So I'm just kidding. Brandon, tell us why it's better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre then.
Because the Texas Chainsaw Massacre just sucked.
That's not good.
I mean, yo, okay.
Explain me how. Tell me how at least. Let's go.
How I did not. First off, like I think a success of the movie is if you're supposed to like characters that are deemed unlikable, meaning like the Gotham villains. I happen to really like Falcone's character. I happen to really like Penguin, and I happen to really like Riddler much more than I liked any other character in that movie. So whenever I'm watching even like the Gotham TV show that came out, even The Dark Knight, when I can appreciate how Gotham has corrupted these villains and like I can kind of see their train of thought almost to the point is like, because Gotham corrupts. Gotham is like that darkness inside you. How do you respond to it? So I love seeing how different villains kind of create their own path. And it's almost like, yeah, I can agree with it. I like it. We just did rewatch it for the Blame Fable show. But Texas Chainsaw, I didn't even like the characters that we were supposed to root for. I was rooting for everyone to fucking die. I was rooting for the chainsaw at the end.
That's the point of it.
I know, but it's like but we got like the last 30 minutes are like the best part. Like leading up to everything, it just didn't do it for me. We even said that on the show, man. You
had Jed McKay on your show?
I've had a lot of people on my show.
No shit, bro. I'm asking you in specific. Yes. Have you had just okay? Fucking, I've had a lot of people on my fucking show. You don't hear me fucking bragging about it. Come on, bro. I had goddamn the co-creator of Station on this show, Chris Matheson, friend of the show. Everybody, just saying.
What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy. He's great, man. If you don't like religion, check out that show. It was a good one.
Did he give you like the torch on how to say Station?
No, Station.
But thank you for checking out the Jed McKay interview.
What's crazy is like Station wasn't even a bit for us yet.
No,
it wasn't. It came after that because I was telling him how excited we were to watch Face the Music. Face the Music hadn't come out yet. So, and most of our talk was about his new book, which is a criticism on religion. But it was a great show. But anyway, dude, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jelani, you heard what Brandon thought. He just said Texas Chainsaw Massacre is dumb. What do you say?
Well, I mean, it is dumb. But it's dumb in an entertaining way. Like, all the characters in that movie, I don't remember any of their names. And the fact, other than girl who was in school shooting decides to pick up gun and become what she hates, and still didn't work out. I absolutely love that. I love how she was the survivor of 2 horrible massacres, one including her sister. And it's just like, and her sister is like the coup de grace, the best kill ever in the movie. I mean, and there's so many just epic freaking kills. Just like, it's the last 30 minutes of the movie. But I was waiting on it. I was like, ooh, that person needs to die. This whole bus needs to die. All of these people need to die. And I just sat there and I was just like, ooh, the whole time, because like I love horror movies. And I love horror movies, and I blame Robbie for that. But it's just, I love how beautiful horrible murder can be. And it
especially with people you want to see die.
Yeah, you want to see die. You want to see these people die. And I was totally about that life. So that film gave me what I wanted in spades. It gave me exactly what I wanted. Batman also gave me what I wanted, but I had to work for it. I had to work for it for a very long time. And I didn't mind that. Mind you, it was okay, but it was just so dark and dour for the entirety of the film. And once again, I keep saying this. I love this film. I loved it. But the pacing of it was okay in parts. It didn't really want to be what it wants to be. Bruce Wayne, I like Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic Batman. I watched Dark Knight in the theater. I watched the trilogy In all 3 movies in a row, they watched it at Hollywood 18 at our movie theater.
Yeah,
We watched
that's
all
tough.
3. Oh yeah, that was a long watch, but it was worth it because they gave us breaks. But Dark Knight in general is a long film, but it had more of a meaning, a feeling to it, where I got the city, I got the characters, I got how Batman was trying to make, the city of Gotham right.
Right.
The Batman does the same thing, but in a darker tone. It's not that third act goes off the rails. You don't really get. I don't know. It feels like a Batman movie, but at the same time, it feels like a Batman show. It has a lot of 1966 Batman vibes that I got. Batman. It was like I said before in my review. I get it all the time. I know. It feels like he is Adam West. If Adam West was like Unchained, like dark.
I thought you were going to say if like Adam West is back in his prime.
Back in his prime, probably back in his prime before he met Robbie.
Like Batman 46, more likely, right?
Batman 46.
But he's like, I don't know what it is. He works with the police more. I like that. I like that he works
Best
with
Gordon we've ever gotten.
Best Gordon we've ever. Yeah,
Best Gordon
we'll say that. We'll say that. It is the
better
best
Gordon than
we've
the
ever
Dark
best
Knight.
Gordon.
Because
Yep.
there's no stupid like
Here.
I'll fake my death. Shit.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to do it.
I think the biggest strength
that thing.
of the movie is the fact that we have a Batman that we can finally like grow with. If you look at Christian Bale's, even Val Kilmer's, these guys are like already like past their or Ben Affleck, they've kind of seen everything to where like they can look back and they don't really care because they've seen the narrative unfold so many times.
That's the Batman we should have gotten for our Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Instead of old, grizzled,
yes,
fat man.
No, I'm not a fan of Ben Affleck. I don't know why, but like movies that he's in, I just like. See, Andy, we agree. See, Andy, we can agree. You don't have to come for me. See, we can agree. It's all right. But
it's all good. You're right.
Who said that?
Oh, Andy, he was like telling. He was like saying like.
Andy's nuts are all over your face.
Bravo.
You did it.
Sorry. Got him. Sorry. He got you.
Hail to the king.
Robbie, you're such a
Hail to the
rollover.
king.
Such a rollover, Robbie.
Wow, we're old. We're old.
All right, here, I want to switch topics because Brooks hasn't seen the Batman, so he's just over here bearing.
Everybody dies, Brooks.
Bearing it all.
Yeah, Brooks, it's like the red wedding, Don't get attached to anyone.
Don't get attached to anyone.
We're in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Brooks. Trust me. You want to see a bunch of fucking snotty, smug ass 20-something-year-olds get fucking got? You fucking watch that movie.
Watch that movie, man.
You're gonna fucking love it. It's great. Anyway,
because you're gonna hate all of them. Like there's
Brooks,
no likable character.
Out of everybody that I know in my personal life, I know quite a few of my personal friends are big X-Men fans. Mike is a big X-Men fan. Delaney's a big X-Men fan.
Oh, Delaney, we gotta dive deep into that.
Brooks is a huge X-Men fan, but Brooks is current on X-Men.
Reads all of
X-Men.
Yeah.
Brooks Brando is current on X-Men and really digs a lot of what they're doing. He has a lot of the creators on the show. I think you got Steve Orlando tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Great creator. He's done some great work.
Yeah.
He's a super cool dude. So that's super awesome. So Brooks, what do you think overall about the X-Men line right now? And then Brandon, after he talks, I want you to respond.
I think it's picking up a little bit again. I mean, it suffered, it suffered a little bit from Hickman having to wrap up with Inferno, but I think they're taking it, they're doing the best they can, with taking it in a new direction. I'm intrigued. I'm like the whole idea of the kind of the morality shift of the X-Men towards, like doing whatever is necessary to protect themselves and their secret, and how that's gonna play out. I mean, especially like how it may clash with other heroes down the line, like like what if the Avengers find out, that X-Men are just going around wiping people's minds and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's gonna, I'm thinking positive.
Mm-hmm. So I have to agree with a lot of what you say. I think they're heading in the right direction. I think that Hickman wanted to tell this tale for years to come, but I don't think he necessarily wanted to deal with everyone's little mini story. So like while they're playing in this playground, he's like, you know what, just get it here and I'll be back whenever I want to tell what I really want to, right?
He's not coming back, bro. Get that out of your.
Actually, I have confirmation. When I had Leah Williams on the show,
Bro, I
she
know.
slipped up and
Dude.
she actually got in trouble because I got a nice little email about it. Which,
Bruh.
like,
on that day, I will. If Hickman comes back to do an X-Men book in the next 5 years, I will fucking. I don't know. What should I do?
You owe me 50 push-ups. I don't know.
No.
That's
ridiculous.
You have to do it with a cinder block on your back.
No, I'll like fucking eat something stupid or something. I'll do something stupid. I'll eat
jalapenos and cream cheese with a taki.
That sounds delicious.
Takis are gross, man. I hate Takis.
That sounds okay. Okay. You got me, Brando. No, okay. I'm glad he's holding out hope.
I mean, I am. I think like Deaths of Wolverine, it's so tightly knitted with Ben Percy, right? It not like Ben Percy as a writer, because he's not clever enough to deal with some of the things that is going on in the book. That's why I think it's Hickman doing a lot of the editing behind the scenes. So I'm with that. I think that they are going in the right direction. I want to see more Krakoa life. I really want to see more Krakoa life because they're so busy everywhere else, but in the one place that they're supposed to be for years.
Right.
That's like my only gripe. Like during, like I just read Fractions X-Men with Steph for the interview that we had. And, you got to really see what they're like on a human level, like with their families, get to know like who they are, especially like Pixie had like a whole arc right about that. So I think that's the only thing we're losing, right? Like we'll see Dazzler like once in a blue moon doing a concert, but it's not like we're actually like keeping up with them. They're just more plot devices rather than characters right now. And that's my only gripe.
Yeah, but the best Dazzler ever was in that like arcade X-Men game from like the late 80s, early 90s, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
And
Like her first
Andy.
arc.
Station. I'm
That's
glad I get to
ongoing.
be the first.
Sorry, he's talking about ABC Nuts. See, you got so deep, like you don't understand the implications of how bad you got. And we're old people, so
I know. Trust me. I get it.
I just hope that somebody like Fable or somebody clips that out and it becomes an Instagram story that goes viral tomorrow. That'd be
You
great.
know what? I guarantee you, Fable will be giving me crap about this in the back chat later or tomorrow.
God.
Yeah, Fable, did you see your boy get got on a D's Nuts joke?
I think this is like the third time you've got me on a D's Nuts joke, Robbie, if I'm being honest. But
I try when the opportunity is there.
Yeah.
I'm like a fucking cobra, bro. Cobra Kai. Those are my D's Nuts rules. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Are you a fan of the Cobra Kai, Brandon?
Yeah. I used to be a karate teacher.
Really?
Before all my hips
Yeah.
surgeries.
That's
I used to be a champion.
You studied the karate.
Yes. I taught for 5 years and won a lot of tournaments.
Nice.
And probably taught thousands.
Did you win All Valley though 2 years in a row?
I didn't. I know, but it was funny. So I've had 4 hip surgeries. After the first one, I came back like 3 months. I didn't train. I took first in forms and I had to modify my form. And I took first in fighting, and all I threw was a punch. I broke a dude's ribs accidentally, but he was my friend. So
yeah, that works. Why not?
Andy's 33. Wants to know how old we are. If you don't mind, if you don't want to say, don't say.
I just turned 21.
God, you're children. No wonder you saw Dark Knight.
Bro, did you get fucked up, man? Did you get fucked up, Brando?
No. I just spent it pretty low key. Yeah, because I had to work the next day.
I got ruined on my 21st. I got ruined.
Yeah,
I
got
my 21st
ruined.
birthday. I went up to Bennigan's where you were working. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I was we hate him on Wednesdays. Guess who?
Oh God, that's right.
Yeah.
I love them. The axe.
I went up there and I had an
Shag.
Alabama Slammer and a martini.
That's right.
It was
That's
my
right.
first martini
And you
ever,
were
and I was
so
like, "This is
excited.
delicious."
No, we used to do like a lot of traveling to like other resorts and stuff. So like when I was like 16, 17, 18, I would party a lot over there. I guess it's just like, I don't know. I got everything. Cause like I work full time. It's like I can't really afford to like.
You partied out at 16 and 17. Sure.
You know what? I
Brandon.
mean, I kind of felt like I did, because it's not really in my best interest, if I'm being honest,
I mean, you're probably right. If I could go back and tell 21-year-old Robbie, I would tell him that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we would miss out on a lot of fun. And
No, I had fun.
You know
believe
what
me.
I'm
I had
saying?
lots of fun. I had fun. But
yeah, keep having fun though, Brandon.
Yeah.
There's more ahead.
I
Yeah,
never-
man, you're young.
Just
You
don't
better
get
it
too
in.
don't clench up too uptight. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, I know.
Keep it loose.
Don't go to jail.
Don't
Figure
keep it
out how to
loose.
go to
And,
jail.
Yeah, never
good-
been to
good-
jail station so far.
I have. What happens?
we didn't have to. I didn't invite you to admit that, Jelani.
Who cares?
Anyway, I'm 40. I
don't-
think Brooks is 39 or 40. Are you 40 now?
40.
You're
I turned
40.
40
You're
last
40.
September.
September. Yeah, that's right.
So
And-
yeah, you're both 40, and I am 40. I'll be 43 in June.
Hey,
yeah.
So I'm old
Tom
as a tree.
Brady's in the best shape of his life. You guys can be too.
Hey, we are,
Yeah,
and
fuck
I'll be
that.
not really. And
Not really. Not at all.
I'll be 41 in May, actually. So yeah. Huh.
Yep, we're old. Who knew? It's all good
Yeah,
though.
I'm in my prime, dude.
I
just-
got it all in.
Like
I
I feel,
got it all
guys.
in.
What if we came up with some kind of weird, esoteric, scientific, fucking way, dark magic way to like put our souls in bodies of people like Brandon and just like live in with our knowledge today with that youth? Have they done that movie? Surely.
There's in that movie?
You have to take my hips and like they're half there.
Nah, I will. We'll make you. We'll make you like the $8 billion.
I'm like
man or
everything
whatever.
Ray Fisher isn't.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, sounds fair. Why not? All I know is Andy trying to make jokes.
As
Andy-
a 21-year-old Brando, what are your 3 favorite horror films?
Oh, I gotta go.
Since you're such an expert on Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
I didn't. Yo,
You
Wow.
did watch the Texas
And
Chainsaw Massacre.
Brandon was on the
those people
Dylan's
just-
Horror Show
you know,
when we covered it. by the
Yeah,
way.
come on. I was on that. That was like my first appearance. It was a first full appearance too, not like whatever Hulk.
Wasn't even a
180 or
cameo. It
181
was a
is,
first
yeah.
full on. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a first full. Yeah, like all there, everything. You know.
It's like a first Punisher, not a first Wolverine or first Gambit. It's like a first Punisher.
Yeah. All out in the open. You know. Take that with what you will, but no, I'm kidding. I gotta go Aliens. Like Aliens is my number 1. I love that franchise. I haven't seen Predator yet, but that's up there. And then I gotta go. I haven't really seen much horror because like I saw Jaws as like a little kid, but like I've grown to appreciate it a little bit.
I gotta get that anchor suit from the mayor. The mayor's anchor suit is baller.
I don't know. I've never really been into horror, but you know, hanging out with like Fable, Steph, Verno, Dylan, they've kind of exposed me to it, so I like watching it and hanging out with them, and Robbie, of course. So
Yeah.
kind of opening myself up to it a little bit more.
Yeah,
And
the
Aliens
point I
was
was trying to
one of
make. Did you guys notice how we couldn't think of anything other than Alien or Jaws?
Yep.
Did you guys notice that?
That's because I haven't really seen them.
I know. Did you guys
lot.
notice that though? Like that's what I'm saying. You have a whole world ahead of you, bro.
It's so
Don't
much out
be-
here,
I
man.
know.
Like the theme on From Beyond that we talked about tonight. Do not be afraid of the great unknown, my friend. It may pop up a slimy slug occasionally. It may pop up a giant dick monster and swallow you up and cover you in KY
I think that
jelly
was in
and dump you
Saga.
out.
I think that was in Saga.
Yeah, well, if you like Saga, you'll like From Beyond.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid of the great unknown, bro. Dive in, man. It's
There's
on
some
Tubi. You
wacky
need to
ones.
watch From Beyond. I encourage you to do so, bro.
Is it on a streaming service? that I
It's
can
on
afford?
Tubi. I just fucking said that, Brandon.
Okay, Tubi. Okay, I'll check it out.
Tubi's for free.
Nice.
Just has commercials and sometimes really weird moments. Like people be getting it on, or like there'll be some like horrible murder, and it will cut to a fucking commercial, and it'll be like a Downy commercial or some shit.
It let you know when it's coming up. It has that little time.
Yeah, 3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
Like,
Like,
all right,
why
all right,
here?
smoke break.
Why here? We're about to see 7 commercials,
Love it.
but you'll watch it. You'll see it. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Brandon. Yeah, good
Yeah,
talk,
man, this has been a great conversation, Brandon. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Always.
Sorry I misunderstood what you said.
It's all right. The fact that it led to like getting to meet Brooks and Jelani, who I've heard
Yeah,
so many
you've
great
never
things
met these
about,
guys.
you know,
You've
it
never
works
been on a-
out.
You've never been on a PCP movie night.
No.
We need to find you one.
Bruh, we got to find you one.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Everybody hasn't been on one by now.
Yeah, let me know.
We'll let you know.
It'll happen. It's a thing.
We'll think of a good movie.
Hell yeah.
We'll think of a good movie for you, Brando. We'll get you on. I got the whole year planned out. So
I was
He does
excited for
turn
the
red.
Christopher Reeve Superman. I was like, damn it, because my show ran a little bit earlier, so I was like, I missed like half the stream.
We had a
Gotta go back
great
and see.
show, man. That was checking out on
Yeah.
the rewind. We had
Yeah, I know, I did. Yeah, even
Yeah.
Mustafa was on. That was dope.
2
Mhm.
comic book creators there. We're and
Oh yeah, Joe Corallo was
Joe
there.
Corallo was
yeah,
there.
Joe was there as
I
well. We had a
sometimes
great
forget he does a
discussion.
comic book. I'm
And
not gonna lie.
You'll never see anybody else on the show love Superman 4 as much as Ibrahim does.
Yeah.
100%. By the way, check out Retroactive when it comes out in April because it's going to be awesome. Him doing time travel sci-fi. And if you haven't checked it out, check out Count over at Humanoids. It's a graphic novel. It's the Count of Monte Cristo done as a science fiction. He wrote
that
and
sounds
illustrated it.
cool.
It's fucking brilliant. Ibrahim is an
Oh.
amazing artist. He's
Yeah,
also
he
done
is.
some really cool James Bond work
Yeah.
over at Dynamite. Our friends
Yeah.
over at Dynamite, so Station, Nick Barucci and all them. So hell yeah.
I had a baseball coach named Nick Barucci.
Somebody was it the Nick Barucci? Were you up in Jersey? Like
No.
okay. Somebody had asked, I don't remember who it was, but somebody had said something like, you guys should do a show where you eat a bunch of edibles, see how long you can go. Bro,
I have
like,
to. I have
nothing
to
for
stay
us.
clean. I
Yeah.
have to stay clean
be
until
fine.
I do this job interview.
Where are you trying to get a
Fingers
job
crossed. I'm working on being a salesman at Volkswagen.
Oh, nice.
I'm going in for my
Crossover.
second interview
You know,
this week. And
I
then
once had a
drug tests and
girlfriend, but
everything,
but the only problem was that she always wanted to have sex with me in a very uncomfortable position.
backseat of the car in a Corolla.
Backseat of a Volkswagen.
Like the
man.
back seat of a Volkswagen.
Playing cheese.
No, those roofs are not high enough.
Have you ever seen Mallrats?
That's my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
Oh, bro. Wait, is Mallrats on Tubi or something? Where's Mallrats streaming at? Brandon needs to watch Mallrats.
Yeah, there's so many movies. Like
That
I
is
think
put that at the top of the list. That's your movie. Bro.
Mallrats.
Trust me.
Yeah.
When I
Love
was
it.
your age, that movie identified
Love
you.
it.
You should check that out.
I
I was
mean,
Brody in that movie. You need to watch that movie.
all right.
Look, everybody knows.
He's
Like,
pretty
and
much
Brandon
Brody.
almost got it.
It's
You're
true.
right. He did. Even without watching the movie, he almost
Yeah.
got it.
I mean, this is.
Because you said the
You don't gotta-
backseat.
You know
Where's
what, you
Mallrats
gotta-
streaming, y'all? You got to let Brandon know.
Place.
You got to watch Mallrats stat, bro.
There's
Like,
there's
you
a lot of
literally need
movies,
to
bro.
leave this stream and go watch that fucking movie, man.
Dude, I was watching Battlestar Galactica. You know, blame Steph and Fable and her.
Fuck
you know,
that.
but-
Fuck Battlestar Galactica. Stan Lee
clip
is in
that.
that movie. You should check it
The
out.
old show or the
Really
new
good.
show?
the early 2000s. But
No,
yeah,
they're
I'll
watching the old school one, right?
Yeah. Katie
Yeah, they're
Sackhoff.
watching. Herm and them were Fable and Steph were watching the one from like what the 70s.
Oh, nice.
No,
Yeah.
early
No.
2000s.
They watched 2000s. They're watching.
No, they were
watching.
watching the old school.
No, they weren't.
Were they not?
I talk to them every day at the
I thought they were watching the fucking old school ones.
God, you're wrong again.
Bobby doesn't
God
watch the
damn
show.
it.
Confirmed.
God,
No, I do, but I leave at that part because I've never seen Battlestar Galactica. But I thought they were talking about the
it's
old
good
stuff.
until the end. The new show is
Man,
really
I
good
think
until the end.
Fable, are you still here? Are y'all doing the old school one? I swear y'all were doing the old school one.
God,
Whatever.
wow.
Huh.
Wait, how far along are you, Brandon?
In Battlestar,
Mhm.
I just finished the first episode of the miniseries. I was severely backlogged.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first, that's pretty messed up. Everything that happens in this.
God
miniseries
damn,
is
man.
nuts.
I'm so fucking wrong. I'm sorry. I kept saying like they were doing the OG fucking Battlestar Galactica tonight.
That was kind of boring.
Yo, check it out. I didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about, man.
But
Yeah,
you
my
said
bad.
it so well, and that's what matters. It's a thought that counts, Robbie. It's not always what you say; it's how you say it. And you said it in such an energetic and loving way, and we love
Yeah.
you for that. Station.
That's the way it works, man.
Aw.
All right. It's time for show and tell. First up for show and tell tonight is Brandon.
Yeah.
Unexpected. What
Okay.
do
Yeah.
you
I'm
got?
actually prepared for that because all the books that I really wanted to show off are, right here. So I just had a birthday, right? Like I said, and I picked this up as a little birthday gift to myself.
Bruh,
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
First
it's literally
Electra.
sitting right here. It's first Electra. I have so much sentimental value to the Frank Miller run. That's what got me into comics. I read it when I wasn't really doing the best.
Bro, that's a
in life.
newsstand too, right?
Yeah, it's a newsstand. And I love this book, man. I've been waiting to get this for a while. I have it in the omnibus, but I've been working back to get some of the full run. I think I need like 50 or less, and I'll have a full run of Daredevil.
Nice.
Wow.
So I got that, and then I've been
I
reading
want to get the whole
this.
Frank Miller run, but I don't
Yeah.
have that one yet. That's awesome.
And then I've been reading this guy, Batman by Paul
Wow.
Dini, the
Streets,
omnibus.
yeah. Is that the Streets of Gotham stuff?
Yeah. So I just got to the I've already read the Morrison, so like this is running concurrent to that. So I just got to
Dustin
the
Wynn,
Batman.
right?
Yeah, I'm at the Dustin Wynn parts with like him and Zatanna trying to take down the Riddler. It's pretty dope. And then Batman's now dead, so like now it's like still like Dick
Yeah.
Grayson.
Dude, that's
it's
cool,
dope.
man.
I've been really liking this. I just finished Uncanny X-Force and Marvel Unlimited. It's a nice recommendation from Steph. And then
The Remender stuff?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I picked up this hardcover recently because I'm having the artist on the show in April. And then yeah,
Who's that? What
Mohammed
artist?
Aswar. Mohammed Aswar.
Nice.
And then Mark Waid will be on April 15th.
Wow.
That's a little while. And then Roy Thomas
Mark
will be April
Waid.
24th.
Nice.
So that's the lineup for April. So I'm
Getting
gonna have to do a lot of reading for that.
Mark Waid just got announced for Memphis Comic Expo.
I
y'all.
know.
Just so you know.
I know.
Very, very near our neighborhood, Brooks and Jelani. So
Definitely go meet him.
you know who
bro.
else is
Go
going to
meet
be
our
there,
man.
y'all? You know who else is going to be there?
You?
It's in September. Guess who else is going to be there? James O'Barr.
That's right. You did say that.
Fucking
Yeah.
creator of The Crow. Come
Bro,
on. man.
yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. Next up for show and tell will be me. Hell yeah. First up, there's my H.P. Lovecraft complete fiction hardcover. So an ex bought this for me. She's
Yep.
an ex.
Yep.
I let Brooks borrow it. He damaged it, or one of his pets did.
Yeah,
So he
Jude,
bought me
shoot
a
up the
new one.
corner.
Yeah, he bought me a new one. So this is actually from Brooks, which makes it even better. But look at that. Every single piece of work from H.P. Lovecraft right there, including From Beyond. This got brought up on Dylan's horror show the other night. So showing off my DVDs of Star Wars, because these are the limited editions that have the original theatrical cut still.
Oh, thank God. The real one.
See it
Very
right
nice.
there. So there's, and I love that they try to, with
No
movie
dewbacks.
pictures, they represent the original movie posters. See, there's the poster and there's the image, right?
Yeah.
So there's The Empire Strikes Back right there. So these are the limited editions and Return of the Jedi. And you won't see that on the cover of a Disney Star Wars.
No, not anymore.
What?
Yo, yeah, I know. Putting an Ewok on there is pretty high price.
Yeah, because we have distanced ourselves from the furry community. However, right there, I got the new issue of The Red Room. Trigger warnings, #1, but I got the Jim Rugg incentive cover, Zap Comics
Cool.
homage by Jim Rugg with the cat up the ass.
It fucks
It's
you
great. Anyway, got some cool comics in the last week. X-Men 248, first Jim Lee on
Nice.
X-Men.
Up.
Look at the
Wow.
color on that cover.
Yeah.
That's crisp, yo.
Yeah.
Look at
It's not.
Colossus.
It's not. It's like 6.0. Anyway, also a reader copy of Incredible Hulk 340. So now I have,
Woo.
out of the entire Peter David run, I have the most expensive one already taken care of.
Nice.
Because of that classic McFarlane cover. So here's a book I read, or have been reading, that has expanded my understanding and my expectation of comics. It's The Conversations with Daniel Clowes. This is from the University Press of Mississippi. They put this together. It's a bunch of different conversations, interviews with Daniel Clowes, creator of 8-Ball, Ghost World, shit like that. Wilson Art School Confidential. Speaking of Daniel Clowes, I finally picked up Patience. I think this is his
Nice
latest
cover.
work. It's from 2016, but I haven't ever read it. But I think it was his last major work. And I was a fan in the early 2000s. I skipped out of it. I've never thought about it again. And lately, I have been nosediving into Daniel Clowes. He's a Kirby level influence in this industry. And then here is the Asteros Polyp book that I was talking about by
Nice.
David Mazzucchelli. This is one of the absolute best comic books I've ever read. It is amazing.
Wow, that is nice art.
As
I
far
like
as
those
the
interiors.
design,
I like
the
the negative
layouts.
space.
the way that it's portrayed, the coloring, the lettering, every character has a different lettering font.
Wow.
I see a lot of Steranko influence already in that.
It's playing with form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that's very nice.
it's absolutely amazing, and it's a really cool philosophical, like, kind of reference on life. Like, look at some of this shit, bro.
Wow.
This is literally it's up there with Mouse. It's up there with 8-Ball. It's up there with some of the best comic books that have ever been produced. And he's trying so much. Look on this page. Every single figure is drawn in a different style.
Wow.
Look at that
That is
shit.
nice. That's very nice.
And it reaches deep and it says a lot of good shit. Like, honestly, that's one of the best comic books I've ever read. I don't say that often.
Right. I also picked up 2 novels, Robbie,
that's
that are
top
not
fucking tier.
comic books. I
Show
also
us.
picked up these. I picked up The Lightning Rod by Brad Meltzer and Dark Horse by Greg Hurwitz, who's a friend of the show. So I'm excited to read those, you know.
Nice. I have quite a few Brad Meltzer books. In
Oh,
my
he's
collection.
awesome.
Big fan.
Brad's
big fan.
awesome.
Yeah, super cool stuff. All right, next up for show and tell will be Jelani. Show us what you got.
Hey, I don't have any books because I collect action figures now, as you can tell. So, let's see. First, I'll start off with they discontinued this line. And so I was like very sad. So I had to get this online as opposed to getting it at Walmart. But I got one because it's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. This Sergeant Slaughter from the
Nice.
universe. Just got it in the mail today.
He's got the Man-at-Arms gear on, man.
Yeah, he's Man-at-Arms. He's got like the mace and everything. And he has swinging arm action, which is pretty cool. So I can't really... The newer Origins figures, you can take them apart and mix and match them. And this is the first one that you can't really do that with, which is fine because I don't need to change him at all. I will open him one day, but not yet until probably I get a second one. But I'm super happy to have this. The next one is another He-Man figure. I got this one at Walmart randomly. This is the He-Man Flying Fist.
Nice.
And he comes with the spinning bola thing and the awesome shield.
I need to get that for a placeholder, man.
But he's awesome. He is quite cool. Next, let's see. I have... Okay, yeah, and finally, because I'm just going to be short, I got this sweet Thalog from Gargoyles. He is
nice. You already got that thing?
Doppelganger. Yeah. He came out, like, my lights are getting in the way. But, yeah, I finally got him in the mail. He is quite clean. He's just a repaint of the Goliath NECA figure. But I love him, and he's coming with that great blast effect that I'll take these out once I get all of the Gargoyles, because they're all coming.
Yeah, they got a lot coming, bro.
They got like Demona and Hudson and everybody. Brooklyn, my favorite Gargoyle. So I can't wait for all of those.
It's nice to get all these action figures, but can we get a Blu-ray, please?
Yeah, soon, please. But it's on Disney Plus, so
yeah,
I'll just watch
save
it.
money, bro.
Is that what you got?
That's all I got.
Nice.
It was short.
Wrapping up tonight with show and tell will be Brooks. Show us what you got, man. Come on, man. Show us what you got, please. Come on, man. Show us. Yeah.
You're the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Brother, music is my life, man. You're my favorite.
I recently I finished out this guy. He's the Build-A-Figure from the 80s
Bruh.
Apocalypse line.
From X.
Nice.
Colossus.
Yeah.
From
Colossus.
X.
Oh, he's the biggest. He's the biggest of the Colossus.
Yeah, it's like, I'm glad they actually made it like a bigger figure, the Build-A-Figure this time.
He is quite towering.
Yeah, I picked this up earlier at Walmart. So Adventure Time, Distant Lands. I haven't watched it yet, but I love Adventure Time, so I was like, and it was only $10. I was like, I'll get that. Last, but definitely not least, I showed this off on Dylan's show the other night too, is my new Fragments of Horror by that the guy that does the horror. And like I pointed out, in the if you look at the cover, there's like a hidden piece of art You get the light to shine on it, right?
Hold on a second. Turn it a little bit. Turn it a little bit. Bring it more to the center of the screen.
Put your.
Oh, wait. I think I can see the hidden image.
Yeah.
That's it. That is it. Nailed it.
You've opened a portal to another world.
Now, I'd like 2 eggs over hard.
He's not even here. It's not even here.
That was an overhard bit, though, man. I just happen to have that with Brooks on it. I love it.
Yeah, that's all of my my treasure haul for the week.
Nice. I will encourage everybody to check us out at Dylan's Horror Show on Saturday for Dolls, continuing March Madness, and Stuart Gordon Week. And then next week, join us for The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. We're only halfway through this crazy-ass March Madness. We still got lots of great films to go, so we're super excited that you're here. Thank you all for joining us. We are dipping out on behalf of everybody here. I just want to say I used to play pro football. We're all crazy.